right. So, given that your filmography, this is totally different, and you've been eclectic, but were you initially apprehensive when the script came your way, given that you had taken another '70s show and done a spin, a modern spin on it, or
No, no, because I actually don't think of them as spin-offs because they're, the basic idea, like, if you look at anything, it's like, even Fast and the Furious, like The Great Escape and like, well, not necessarily The Great Escape, but like,
even Point Break? Yeah.
yeah, The French Connection, like all these car chases and stuff like that, which was pretty revolutionary at the time. I just think that this is a cool idea. And to be honest with you, a lot of like the millennials, or if not all of them, don't remember
know.
this.
Yeah, I know.
And that's kind of been like the main audience for this thing. So, when I was told that, there was interest in me to play Mr. Roark, I was more excited. And also, it would be the third iteration or fourth, because the first one was Montalban, there was another one, and then there was Malcolm McDowell, I think it
Yeah.
was, and then it's this one. So,
Yeah.
they keep remaking it for a reason,
Yeah, that's true. So, given that the Montalban, at least for me, grew up in the '70s, so that for me, he's the iconic Mr. Roark. At any point, did you think about just putting him completely aside or doing his own thing? Because I think you do sort of do a little tribute to him in your performance.
Yeah, I mean, I tried it at first. When you first sit down with a script, you're like, how is it going to be best, to do this character so it could serve the movie. And what I did is like I tried a bunch of different characters. I tried mainly me, with my cadence or whatnot. And it lost a little bit of that. I wouldn't say charm, but like a little bit of that, like nostalgic kind of aura that he had, And so instead of studying the character that he portrayed, I studied the guy himself, which, he was Mexico City, born and raised a theater actor. And that's why some of these things were kind of, we wouldn't do that.
Come out naturally.
Yeah, I mean, like, we're not going to do that and end of watch, like, who's there? You know what I mean? And so those are the things that were kind of a fun challenge for me. Even saying, like, hello, madame. Something like that.
The physicality of it,
Yeah, it's like, it's so much better when you do this. I'm like, of course, like, it seemed kind of fun and challenging. And I was nervous, for this. And normally you have to build yourself up to that kind of excitement so that you really invest a lot. Yeah.
So the other thing that was exciting in terms of the challenge is sort of toying with because this is a definitely a different version of Mr. Roark. But so we don't know exactly where he stands. You sort of toy with us throughout the whole movie. So was that line of like the different layers, like you could go this way or that way and try to do some red herrings with your acting in terms of your
yeah, I mean, but then I kind of disagree because when you see the show, sometimes he's a very nice guy, but he seems indifferent. I saw that he was, and Jeff Wadlow wanted to make this an ominous character where you kind of are afraid because of like, why has he got all these people like under his control? But you get Montalban's character, and all of a sudden he can grant a fantasy. This man with power. So it was all the it's just very interesting to me. But I didn't try to play him like an evil person or like a great person. It's just like you're here for a fantasy, and you just have to see it all the way through.
Yeah. So my last question, are you a stickler for rules in real life? Because you can't negotiate with Roark. It's like, these are the rules. Screw you guys. That I explained them to you.
You know what? I definitely do like a little bit of structure.
Yeah.
Like because I think it was when I was in wrestling in high school, and then like if you try to do it your the way that you want to, and you're gonna get beat real fast, and so you have to learn the techniques. I'm a golfer as well, and there's certain things that you have to learn, and there's I tried acting just based on feel. That's not entirely all that effective. And so it's the definition of a game, you know what I mean? You have to have a freedom to do what you want, but then there's certain obstacles, you know what I mean, that you have to overcome. So like, I guess I like both.
There you go. All right, pleasure talking to you, my friend.
Yeah, right on, man.
All right.